everywhere.
Oh, we're gone. We're live.
We're live on YouTube. Just remember, everybody, that the views expressed on this show are not necessarily those of Axe Media Group.
We are streaming.
Axe Ministry or any of its subordinates and/or nonprofits. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to just start putting pictures of us all floating everywhere.
You know what?
Yeah,
Does that mean I got to wait till later on to see Jay's face floating around? You know, because I've only got the YouTube. You've got the Facebook van.
Well, you can see it right there on your Facebook.
Oh, there it is.
Steve says it needs to be bigger.
You know what? Hey, you look good there, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, man.
He said it needs to be bigger.
You know, I think it's the landscape that really, it makes it pop.
Yeah, it does.
Oh,
it does.
Your sign
Position.
It needs to be bigger so people can read it, I guess, is what Steve's saying.
That's a beautiful place right there. I believe that's the Highway 1 in Arkansas.
That's nice right there.
There you
Highway
go.
1.
Now you're floating.
Well, no, I think it turns into 1 as it goes into Oklahoma.
There you are. This is okay. So the software updated and it added some things to it, and I'm playing with it now. So,
This is his new. This is a new thing for Matt.
This is how I learned how to do all this, is just messing with it while on the air. I know I'm pushing our our computing power to the limit right now.
Yes, you are.
That is a beautiful place right there. I'll tell you what, I was blessed to be there.
Please pray for Matt as he throughout the day.
I need to zoom this down a little bit. There we go. Oh, I don't want to block here. I'll put myself down here in the bottom. All right, and 4. You ready? Here we go. Boom.
I already have a big head, Susan Burrow.
Oh, I saw that.
So,
yeah, that's almost the size of my ego right there. You just got to blow
Susan,
it
you're
up about
getting
6 times bigger.
there's just we got so much crap going on the screen of this. If you're watching on YouTube, you're not seeing any of it. But
no, you're not. Aren't you lucky YouTubers?
Look at it. Jay, you can see it now. You can probably see it now. I got my picture on the bottom, your picture to the side next to Steve.
I see yours now.
Oh,
I want to just.
What's that in the middle?
That's my face. That's me.
Oh, there you are. Hey,
that's Jay and I.
Background?
That's Jay and I at the old studio.
Right?
Yeah,
Wow.
when we were doing the morning drive on AxeRadio.com.
see,
One of the old studios. Now we've had, 1, 2, 3. Well, you could say 4.
Yeah.
well, we're just all
Susan
all
Burrows.
over.
Susan Burrows says, if it gets bigger, it will give you a big head.
That's what Jay was commenting on.
His Jeremiah Uman said his storage unit was a portable building. It looks like
14 by
needs to be
40.
big, yeah, 14 by 40. Matt's got the power. Steve Schultz says.
Well, that's a good size there, 14 by 40 for 7,000.
Yeah, he said it's a portable building from Cedar Ridge.
Yeah, that's not bad.
They are not a sponsor, by the way, for those of you wondering.
Yeah, you could live in that.
Yeah, that's one of those
Easily.
ones. You could turn that into a tiny house. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
You get the ones with the little bitty front porch on them. I just imagine myself an old fart in a rocking chair, whittling something, or playing a little guitar or something whenever I'm old and
chewing on some
decrepit.
I'd love to have
Hey.
a rocket chair.
some
Yeah.
straw. You know,
A
If I had
rocket.
a rocket chair, I'd go to the moon.
Isn't there a song called Rocket Chair? No,
Be
that's
careful,
Rocket Man.
Jay. Space sucks.
Ah,
Because it's a giant
vacuum.
vacuum.
Oh,
It's a
man.
giant vacuum. There you go.
Oh man.
Oh, man.
But you
I'm
know,
on a roll today.
folks, it's Friday. It's a Fab Friday for all of us.
Yeah, it is.
Who cares about the 13th? We're not worried about that.
Okay, I probably should get rid of some of this spinning stuff.
Yes.
I'm using. Here, let me take mine off of there. And Jay, I think I'm going to make yours a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to leave yours up there for the moment.
you could take it off there.
All right, there you
They
go.
got them in Willard, Steve said. I think
Yeah,
we
they
saw
do. They have them on Kearney Street also.
The tiny houses.
They have tiny houses in Willard.
I think wasn't Dennis Code wanting to build something for the homeless?
Yeah, they're for homeless veterans.
The homeless veterans.
He's wanting to build the tiny house. Now I think you can get the blueprints online.
Right.
They have tiny houses on Kearney?
No, they have portable buildings that you can turn into tiny houses.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be good to have a village, like for a home. I think that's what he was talking about too, is having like a village or something with tiny houses for homeless veterans.
Yeah,
They're actually doing it all over the United States now.
are
Really?
they?
No, I mean, it's not like in vast numbers or anything, but there's little places popping up.
Wow.
The tiny house thing is all over the U.S., and there's a bunch of them. But, I mean, the veterans' villages
Oh, cool.
Now,
are popping up.
Jay, what's on your mind today? I want you to talk to our viewers while I go get some coffee.
Yes, we need the coffee.
Well, what's on my mind? Tiny houses, actually. A school bus. I'd like to travel and
tell
see the
people about
country.
your plans for that. I'm gonna go get a cup of coffee real quick.
Well, I've been watching these videos about it. See, I'm trying to find a way that I can live cheaply and not be tied down in a way that I can't, but to be free in a way that I can go around the country and see the things about this beautiful country and the continent and even South America, maybe, that I can see the things that I've always wanted to see and all the beautiful country that God made here for us to, inhabit.
Right.
But doing that on a motorcycle has its challenges. I want to do it on a motorcycle. I like motorcycle camping, and I want to get a bigger bike so I can get on the highways and travel a little bit further. But to spend some time in those places requires a little bit more than just a campsite,
Right.
And it adds an option and a dimension to it that is a little bit more exciting to me. I could build a schoolie, so they take school buses. They can get them pretty cheap. You can get them pretty cheap,
Right.
and then you convert them to a home. So you take out all the seats, and some people raise the roofs. Some people keep all the old school bus look and charm to it, which I do like that. But at the same time, I would want it to be efficient because I would like to have solar panels and not have a giant utility bill all the time. So the idea is with my back not getting any better,
Yeah.
my life's not going to get any easier, and I'm thinking about when the time comes that I'm not able to get around as easily or to do as much. Do I want to be tied down to a house that I have to maintain? And then, because in your older age, I think, at least my prospect is to be tied down to a place where I'm stuck in a place just alone. And so I don't want that for myself. I like the idea of being able to get in your house, start it up, travel around, meet and see interesting people. There's a community surrounding of schoolies and school buses, people that travel around the country. And when they come across each other, there's usually a really neat little, reunion to like saying, hey, look at my schoolie and look at my schoolie. So there's a community involved in it, and they have ideas about places to see in the country that you just don't. There's a lot to see in this country.
Is there a group that actually has these schoolies, like a group club, like a membership club or anything like that, that everybody kind of get, like an RV club? Do they have
I'm sure there's page. Yeah, there's pages where they're connected, and even if you build a YouTube site of your own,
right.
you can. They have okay, so they have a section where you can put playlists. So say building the schoolie, you can put
Right.
all your videos about building the schoolie on there. You can put playlists of the morning drive. You can put playlists of, so somebody can go on there and just look up what types of videos that I produce that they're interested in seeing and not have to sift through all of them. Well, and then there's community. So on there's also a community list. So that lists all of the other YouTube websites of people that you're somehow connected to and have interests in, websites that you're interested in, that you might think the people that are interested in you and your videos might also be interested in theirs. So you connect them to that. There's also merchandise. You can get your own merchandise and you can list it on there like a store.
Wow.
or a website that they can click on and be linked to. So that's things that YouTube offers, and that people take advantage of more and more. And it becomes a network, really, of people who are connected through their interests.
My brother had a school bus, but I can't remember if he's wanting to turn it into a motorhome. I think he wanted to. He started to, but it never happened.
Yeah.
They're good. The gas mileage. What about the gas mileage? Obviously, is more expensive.
They get anywhere from 8 to 11 miles to the gallon.
Right. And like I said, it can add up quick if you know. But you're planning on sticking around in one spot for a while. You're not just gonna.
Right, or for a
Right.
vacation. You drive out, you take 3 weeks off of work, you drive out to one of our national monuments or one of our national parks or
Right.
to some area that you want to explore and see more of. Like you could drive out to Branson, go to an RV park, stay there for, 2 weeks because, of course, there's your travel time.
Right.
To get there, and then see as much as you want to see while you're there. Because one thing I found anytime I did travel and anytime I did go and stop and stay in places that were toury, places like a tourist attraction or a national park, was that there was never enough time to be there long enough to see all that you wanted to.
Yeah. Of course, weather has a big factor in that too, right?
Yeah, well, and the convenience of that is, buses drive around no matter what the weather is. If it's too windy, of course, you don't, or a tornado, but then who wants to be in those anyway, no matter what?
True.
Plus, in a schoolie, you can move your home. So if there's tornadoes in the forecast,
There you go,
you can
Jeremiah.
get in your truck and drive out of its path.
Jeremiah was feeling left out, and he didn't have his picture floating up in the air, so I put one up there. I'm going to put it up there for 30 seconds. There you go, Jeremiah.
You don't like your neighbor? Just put the key in there, turn it, and hit the gas pedal. Get out of there.
There you go. Hit the
Or
pedal.
you do
Put
like
the
your
pedal
neighbor,
to
you
the
can
metal.
hang out. You got your whole house with you.
There you go. Yeah, that's true.
Just
That's
don't
true.
camp underneath the viaduct.
Get one of
Well,
those
it won't be
small
that kind of
buses.
camping.
Yeah,
But you can
you don't want a
can
short
get-
bus, Steve.
get somewhere with your whole house with you. Where you
that
can
was
have
good.
all the creature comforts of and the comforts of home right there with you, no matter where you are in the country. I've got a motorcycle, so I could also get out and explore there. So I could go out into the mountains, park the bus somewhere, get the motorcycle down, and ride all the interesting roads and see all the beautiful sights that I want to see in that area with a home base right there.
Exactly.
And I don't have to own 50 pieces of property all around the country.
Although, if you could, that'd be great, right? As long as you pay 50 people to mow it. Unless it's wooded.
I don't know
Then you've
about
got
that.
a problem.
Wealth isn't really an interest for me.
No, it wouldn't be a matter of wealth. It'd be a matter of just being able to have all these different places that you can go where you don't have to call ahead.
Yeah, like wooded. Some
Well-
could be wooded. Some can be flat land. Some can be, just depends on what your
True.
tastes are.
Well, I think more and more about death lately in my life. In this period of my life, I think more and more about death. So the thing about it is, if I had land all over the country, which would be great for me, but when I die, who's going to manage all those assets and do anything about any of that property? And who's capable of being aware even of all there is around the country to then do something about? And it could be more complicated to my family than what it has as value, and then who gets it? Usually, from my understanding and the way it seems to me that things work, banks and governments and organizations tend to somehow acquire those things without anybody knowing really what's happened or what's going on.
Yeah.
And why would I want to invest in wealthy people's wealth?
Right.
So having a nice place of my own to call home, but then a home that I could just take off and go and spend some time in a place that I want to see more of. Plus, if I do like a place as I'm exploring throughout my later years in my life, If I like a place, I can always go back to it. I'm never tied down to a place where I can't go back to a place I really enjoyed.
What do you? Steve Schultz says, "I do, Matt." Does that mean did I ask if other people wanted their faces floating?
I now pronounce you man and wife.
There you
Ah!
go. That was good. No, yeah, I
There's
think
no
that's what he
maybe.
said.
There's no maybe option in a wedding, really.
So,
Maybe.
so
right.
Steve really wants his.
I don't know. I'm about ready to put it up there. If that's all right with you, Steve.
Steve wants
Schultz.
his face up there.
I don't know if he does or not. I'm gonna
Well,
make
he
sure
says
before I
I
put
do,
it up.
Matt. So we're just assuming that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Let's see, photos. I should do that like through each show now.
I've thought about the small ones, but do I really want to be? So if this is going to be my actual home, would a small bus really give me the comforts of home that I want and the space that I really
Oh,
want?
he wants a short bus.
Yeah.
Steve wants
Oh.
a short bus.
Oh, I see. He's joking.
Well,
no,
fine.
See, you got.
I'll put
Steve,
this up for 5 seconds. You ready for this? Are you ready? 5 seconds. Steve Schultz, everybody, down in the middle. 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. Boom.
You are needed and wanted there, Steve.
Well,
And short buses can do it depending on your likes. I mean,
Jay's going to need a full-size bus.
yeah,
without a
I was
doubt.
just gonna say you need one, Jay. You need a full size, not a short.
I mean, it could be a good start.
I could always sell you my RV,
But then where
Yeah.
are you
but
gonna
it comes
live?
with me. So
I was just gonna say, where are you gonna live?
you're going to
if
have
you
to
sell it?
evict the current tenant.
I mean, that's really the ideal situation for me if that was possible, at least for a little while. Until I could sort things out and actually get all these things in motion.
And
But-
RV living is actually really good. I enjoy it personally.
Well,
It is harder to keep warm in the wintertime, but you put up, like, I can see Jay putting panels on hinges that drop down and act as skirting.
that's actually what I was just about to say.
Like
I've
transformer
seen
even.
that. I've actually seen skirting around school buses, and I'm like, I don't think that Jay wants to do that, though. Do you?
No, I think it's just spray foam insulate the floor as well as you can, and then manage your energy. And of course, buses are, I'm sure, harder to heat and cool than homes are. So you would want to dress warm when it's cold. And
Now, today's show, by the way, everybody, I'm not going to worry about fading over because of the issue with, we don't have Jay here, and I didn't have time to teach Steve the proper techniques to doing this, but we're going to do it anyways. Today's show is brought to you by naturalsolutionstore.bz. .bz.
Okay, go ahead, Matt.
Let me take Jay's days off there. So today's product I want to talk about is Super Hemp Balm. If you're like Jay and your back hurts all the time, Super Hemp Balm is a must for your medicine cabinet. It lasts a long time, and as far as the jar goes, it's only 35 milliliters, or 35 grams. I don't know how.
35 grams.
I think it's milliliters. It's a salve, and it works. Boy, let me tell you what. You smear it on whatever hurts. 5-10 minutes later, it doesn't hurt anymore. Simple as that.
I should have used that last night.
You should have. You should have. So if you haven't done it yet, go online, naturalsolutionstore.bz, and pick up something today. There's more than that. There's also CBD capsules. There's stuff for your heart health, things like that. So just go on and check it out. There's even hot sauce on there, folks. Hot sauce. Now, for me, it's not very hot, but I eat a lot of hot stuff all the time.
See, so your tongue's used to it. Your palates are
Yeah.
used to it.
They've even got fertilizer.
Fertilizer.
Yeah. They call it says kick-ass llama beans. I think there's a mule joke in there.
Yeah, somewhere.
But yes, go online, check it out. It's really good stuff. So www.naturalsolutionstore.bz. Now, .bz. Now, back to you, Jay. What's up?
well, that's also a consideration. Is it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
So with my back, there's issues there. And how am I willing to live? What kind of lifestyle do I want to live and like to live? Well, I do have, some soul searching there to do. And what am I capable of? So how long would it take too, you know?
Yeah, it's serious soul searching.
I mean, if I bought a piece of land and a bus, the thing is, where's my toilet, right? Where's my shower?
It's all
How
around
quickly-
you.
Right. Well, and how quickly can I build those and put them in? See, my garage doors
Hey, Marty.
took me, what, 6 or 9 months to do?
Marty.
The bunk beds I built took 6 or 9 months to do. Now, that's different kinds of engineering.
Yeah, that bunk beds, that set of bunk beds is going to be around when my grandchildren's grandchildren probably need it.
Yeah,
I would
and
say
that does
so.
depend on how they're cared for. But yes, if somebody takes
Well,
them
hopefully
and
they
uses
care for
them
their grandchildren.
and they pass on to somebody else who
Yeah.
can take them and use them, they will be around for probably hundreds of years.
Yeah. Jay doesn't go halfway on anything. So
Right. Well, there's
No.
compromises to be made. I wouldn't be able to build a schoolie quite to those. Plus, it's dangerous. Okay, and then they're for children too. So there's things about the bunk beds that had to be done in a way that would be safe for that. You know, so there was a lot of considerations when it came to that.
Right.
And it wasn't just made for the people who were going to be here in my house, but also I wanted my son to have it eventually, or
Steve
any of
Schultz,
my
you know
sons.
that was a joke. Obviously, that was a joke. I wouldn't make that kind of a decision without talking to Dad. By the way, I know better than that.
Matt, you are very. You listen to what God tells you, but you know, I believe that you wouldn't just do something without.
Oh no. That's yeah. Well, it would have to be signed over to me first. So,
Right.
You know, which is going to happen. Just a matter of if or when rather than if. But man, Jay, it's almost like you're sitting right here, man. I do wish you were, but we miss you.
Yeah. Well,
I do, I guess. No,
I'm
I
glad
do.
it can be.
I do, Jay.
I'm glad it can be done this way, and thank you, Steve.
You're welcome.
Now, used to Steve Schultz would be the one sitting in.
Yeah, and I'm glad you could do it.
And I'm sure if I would have called him yesterday and asked him to, he probably would come and sit in for Jay as well. But Steve McAllister, Steve O'Mickey Mac, has already agreed to sit in your place until you come back. I will help you with gas, so that way,
Okay.
you know, because I know 1 day a week is what you've committed to. So anything above that, we'll help you out.
Okay, I appreciate that.
We don't want you breaking down on the side of the road again
No, I don't want to go there again.
in 9-degree weather.
No, especially in the 9-degree weather could happen next month.
It could happen 5 minutes from now. This is Missouri.
Well, that's true.
Hey, so my alarm's going off for a commercial. So let me do a commercial.
Okay, you go ahead.
So I got a little bit of the hemp balm, and I've had it for a while, and I've used it a few times because I just don't want to use it all up. So I put some on here while we were talking today, about, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes ago, and I'm already getting some relief from it.
Wow.
Yeah, and Jay wouldn't tell you that if it wasn't the truth.
I have there's no other side. Like, I'm not feeling high. I'm not feeling any altered in my physical feeling or my mental or mind feeling any weird, no head swimming, no effect like alcohol or marijuana or any other drug that you would use recreationally. So I'm not feeling any side effects like that, but within minutes, there's some pain relief. Significant, so I won't say some pain, significant pain relief.
Yeah. So praise God. You heard it here first, folks. That is something that, I mean, we're not lying about that. That stuff does really work.
And it's cheap. It's
Yeah.
$30 for a small bottle, but it's a hard.
It's $35.95, I think.
It's
Not
a
bad at all.
hard paste. It's a hard paste like salve that you need So the amount that I just used was I rubbed it on as far
It's
up my
petroleum based.
spine.
Is that
Up
like
my
on a finger? Put it on the finger?
Yeah. So like if you took, say a small pea
Right.
size amount of this, you'd
Right.
have enough to do almost every joint on your body.
Yeah. You just need to just get your fingers shiny and rub that on the area. Boom. I'm telling you,
Wow.
it's a miracle.
I'm going to need that here pretty quick. My leg, I'm telling you what.
Don't delay. If you're having back pains, if you're having joint pain due to arthritis and stuff like that, or just or if you're just getting old, get this stuff. It's called Super Hemp Balm. Now there's another one on there called Mama Doc Super Salve that is kind of similar.
I was just going to ask you, what's the difference?
I think the difference is some of the ingredients are different. As far as cloves and things like that. This stuff's, to me, now Jay doesn't like the smell of Super Hemp Balm very much. I love the smell of it.
Oh, no, it doesn't smell like I think it smells.
It's peppermint, clove, it's got peppermint oil, clove oil, CBD oil, hemp oil, and I think there's a lidocaine or something to that extent. I'm not going to give the proprietary blend or anything, but it works. It works.
So
very
I
well.
used it 5 to 10 minutes ago. I mean, and got some pain relief already. And I'll let you know. So that would make it what? So let's say 8:35, 8:40 is when I put it on.
So 8 minutes ago, give or take.
And I'll keep this time in my I'll log this time, and I'll figure out
How long it lasts. Gotcha.
That would be good.
So if you're just now joining us, you've missed me putting people's pictures up all over the place and have them floating and turning.
That was awesome. Everybody's floating around.
Anytime there's something new on this software, you're going to see me messing around with it while we're on the air because, that's just how I roll.
And I just said, I didn't have to float. I just sat right here, except, that Super Hemp Balm or, whatever meds I might be on, I might be floating.
Yeah. Hey, Matt, how is your perfume thing going? It's going.
You ought to work with the producers of Hemp Balm and get something that I might like. Why not? Why not have men? Why not his and hers Hemp Balm? You could use if you got aches and pains and you're using it frequently.
Well, why don't I just
make
get
it
a
smell
jar?
like a perfume or cologne?
I'll get a jar of it and I'll find out what flavor, what scent of essential oils you like, and just dab a little bit in there.
Wood, leather. That's a masculine or a men's smell. Wouldn't you say there, Marty? Like a wood.
Now, my favorite scent, my favorite essential oil is sandalwood.
Yes, that's the other one.
Sandalwood combined with lavender. Oh man! Now lavender, you might think, ooh, flower, ooh. No, it smells good. I thought about coming up with some that's like sandalwood, frankincense, and myrrh.
All right.
Although frankincense and myrrh are way more pungent and way more powerful scents than sandalwood.
Maybe you can bring a sample of that on Monday.
We could call it heaven scents.
Hey, there you go. Hey,
I probably shouldn't have said that on the air, but
you know what's good. Hey, people, just
Susan Burrows says we miss you, Jay.
Miss you too, Susan. Thank you.
Steve Schultz says cowboy scent, horse poo. I think we could work that out. Would you be willing to come and try it out for us, Steve?
You smell like poo all day.
And if you prefer llamas, we could get some llama beans off of naturalsolutionstore.bz.
There you go.
And moisten it and then wring it out and just dab that behind your ears a little bit.
Hey, he'd definitely be a water cooler conversation.
Steve says he saw on the news one place is putting snow chains on school buses to take kids to school. Wow. Well, it's almost time for us to get out of here already.
Aww. Man,
time flies when you're having fun.
But you know what? That was good. Time just flew.
It did.
But Jay helped.
So Jay, so far we do miss you here, and we're glad that we could have you on the phone. And we'll be continue. Of course, I'll talk to you between now and then, anyways. But I know all of us will continue praying for Jay, and I also want to thank Jim for calling you and praying for you last night. It's it's nice to know that people care.
Mm-hmm.
That's for someone to go out of their way to call you and pray for you. That
huge.
means a lot more to people than you guys might realize.
Mm-hmm.
So do it.
I know the pastor that
Right,
ordained
Marty?
the pastor that ordained me. She just called up random and said, "I know you've been hurting. I'd like to pray for you." That's what she did. She prayed over the phone with me.
I hear that noise you heard was Jay knocking on the window because the dogs are outside barking.
I thought I heard dogs barking.
Yeah, we
Yes,
haven't heard
meter
that.
reader.
We haven't heard that on the morning drive in over a year and a half.
Yeah, the meter reader was out there, and you know how that.
You used to hear the
Oh, the
dogs
meter
barking
reader.
all the time. On
Not
there.
the mailman, but the meter reader.
Susan Burrows says prayers. So we're going to go ahead and let you go for now, Jay, and I will call you after the shows.
Yes, and please do, because I need a favor from you this morning.
Okie dokie.
Love you,
I
Jay.
appreciate it.
All right. Love you, brother.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
Love you, Jay. Bye.
That was Jason Cobb, a.k.a. Jay, from the Morning Drive with Matt and Jay.
You're Matt. He's Jay.
So I was one of the guys that works upstairs and on the 10th floor. I don't know him, but I've seen him a couple times. And anybody that looks like they're working men, always go to the 10th floor because that's where they do, like, I don't know, construction stuff, or, you know, the management of it. Anyways, he asked me what I do here. And I told him what I do. And he's like, oh, I always wanted to get into something like that, you know, like podcasts and things like that. I was like, come on in, check out the studio, you know.
Cool.
So I don't just let
Gonna make
random.
his day.
Obviously, he's been around the building quite frequently. I don't just, you know, go and get strangers. Say, hey, come and look at this.
That would be
I get
a
a little
thing.
bit. I get a little bit nervous because you know we were burglarized this time last year,
Yep, I remember. you
last
saying
November. But all I can do is pray that they got what they needed out of that, and that the Lord blessed them somehow. You know, it's hard for me to say that though. Anyways, that's
is.
another story for another show. It's time for us to get out of here.
that. Aw.
I know. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining us on the Morning Drive today. We'll be back on Monday, same time, same channel. And tune in next for the Basics of Faith with Marty Hamilton. And then after that, the Dr. Paul Show. The
Dr.
happy hour.
The Dr. Paul Show.
The Dr. Paul Show. Yeah.
That
So
was
anyway, so until then, my friends, God bless you and keep you. We love you. My name is Matt,
My name is Steve.
and this has been The Morning Drive. Just merge it on over there, buddy.
Alrighty.